Shalom, family, in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ. It's your brother, the preacher, and this is Torah Nuggets. Now, this week we start a new Torah portion, Numbers 25:10 through chapter 30, verse 1. Phinehas, or in Hebrew, Phinehas. So let's do a little bit of detail from our Unrolling the Scroll book in this new Torah portion. Phinehas, or Phinehas, is the Hebrew name translated in the English Bible as Phinehas. It also is the name of the 41st reading from the Torah because of the second verse of the reading, which reads, and let's go ahead and go there, 25:10. It says, "And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Phinehas, or Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, of the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him a covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even a covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his God, and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, even that was slain with the Midianitish woman, was Zimri, the son of Salu, a prince of a chief house among the Simeonites. And the name of the Midianitish woman was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur. He was head over the people and the chief house of Midian. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites and smite them, for they vex you with their wiles, wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of Peor, and in the matter of Cosbi, the daughter of the prince of Midian, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague, that Peor, for Peor's sake. In this Torah portion, the Lord makes a covenant of peace with Phinehas, or Pinchas, or Pinechas, and his descendants, orders a second census, settles the question about an inheritance, appoints Joshua to succeed Moses, and lists the sacrifices for the appointed times. I would like to go back a little bit, because when you start reading this Torah portion, you kind of don't know what we're talking about. It's from the previous Torah portion, and we got to that point. We had read all of Balak and Balaam, and then we started to talk about how Balak actually tripped up the children of Israel. It says in the previous Torah portion in verse 25 of chapter 24 that Balaam rose up and went and returned to his place, and Balak also went to his way. But we read later on that Balaam is killed by the children of Israel because he tripped up the children of Israel. He taught Balak, and we read that in the book of Revelations. In the book of Revelations 2:14, let's just run there really quick. Here's Jesus, I believe, speaking to the church of Pergamos. And 2:14, he says, and I have a few things against thee, because thou hast there them that hold the doctrine of Balaam, who taught Balak to cast a stumbling block before the children of Israel. So before Balaam, this is why Balaam's heart wasn't right. He still wanted money and honor. So he didn't curse the children of Israel, and Balak got very angry with him and go your way or whatever. But let me teach you a way. Let me show you a way to trip up the children of Israel before I go. And this is how he trips them up. And the children of Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredoms with the daughters of Moab. So the enticement of the daughters of Moab, and they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods. You know that the children of Israel already they get impatient and they go a lusting after certain things. And so here the women of Moab, the daughters of Moab, begin to entice the men, entice the people with fornication, with sexual immorality. I'm going to make a huge Torah portion connection today, a prophetic one. And Israel joined himself to Baal Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. And the Lord said to Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce of the Lord may be turned away. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that have joined unto Baal Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses, and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas means the mouth of a serpent, like he got angry. The son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it. He rose up among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand and went after the man of Israel into the tent. So check it. It says that, behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren. Let me go get this hoochie. Let me go get this whore from that camp and bring it into your tent. It'd be like that right now. Let me finish up. Let me finish up reading. And he went after the man, the Israelite, into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly, so that the plague stayed or was stopped from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000. So two previous portions ago, we have the incident of Korah, where almost 15,000 die. And now we have another 24,000 die. What is that? 40,000? 40,000 people die because of rebellion, murmuring, complaining, evil tongue, bad report, go a lusting, trip up the children of Israel with lust and pride. Can do whatever you want, you think. Can go after whatever you want, you think. God is not happy when that happens. If you would diligently hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, none of these diseases, none of these plagues, none of these curses would come upon thee. So the Lord spake unto Moses, saying unto Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous. While he was zealous. Let's look really quick. Kana, to be zealous, to make zealous, envious, jealous, to provoke jealousy. He was jealous for the Lord thy God. He was jealous for the things of God, the righteous things of God. And God imparted a priesthood of peace and everlasting covenant. A peace, shalom, for the rest of his days. As we finished out this chapter, we'll talk about the second census and all those things. And God raises up a people, just as many as, even though so many die, he raises up just as much. He replaces the people. But my correlation, we talked about curses last week, and obviously the government and certain things trying to put curses on the children of God. And in this way, they try to trip up the children of God. What do you mean? They try to bring fornication into the camp. They try to bring whoredoms into the camp, into the children of God, with music, with entertainment. You have drag queens. You have drag queen hour at school. You have it in churches. We'll show you some video.
Somewhere and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside.
Are you going to be zealous like Phinehas? There's a reggae singer called Pinches. Are you like the mouth of a serpent, like bite down and say, no, you're not going to come in here with your whoredoms. You're not going to come in here with your idolatry. You're not going to come in here and defile the camp. This is what's happening. And I believe there's things that are turning, though. You have certain legislation, legislators fighting to stop hormone blocking and all of these things that are trying to infiltrate the children, are trying to come against the people of God. And some are not even believers, but a lot are believers. You have many churches starting to take a turn against the LGBTQ community in the sense of taking down flags from their churches, and they're meeting resistance by vandalism and many other things that. But you have to get jealous. You have to get zealous for the things of God. He was jealous for my jealousy among them, so that I did not destroy the sons of Israel in my jealousy. You know that God is a jealous God. He is jealous for you. He is jealous to have relationship with you. He doesn't want anything taking you away. Phinehas was 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 acting directly from God. That zealousy, that jealousy that he has for the things of God, that came to having a relationship with God, having a love for the things of God, and not allowing for these atrocities to come in the camp. Now, I'm not talking about religious violence and aggression, because you have to be careful here. You have to be careful. I'm not telling you to go burn down the communities, to go, but you have to make a stand for the things of God. You have to make a stand and say no. That we're not doing. That's not coming in here. That has no part in the things of God. That has no part in the household of God. We're not we're not going to we're not going to allow it. We refuse. My Torah portion nugget for today is: do you have zealousy? Are you zealous for the things of God? Are you jealous for the things of God? Phinehas could have started a civil war, basically a war within internally and a war externally. What do I mean? It was a prince of Israel, of the tribe of Simeon, and the chief of the Midianites. He killed the daughter. He killed the prince. Sometimes we see high-ranking people do some funny stuff, and we don't want to say anything. We want to stay quiet. We we see them come with some twisted agenda. Here's a high-ranking official. You vote him in. He stands for one thing, and then he gets into office and he stands for another. Something totally opposite of what he said he was portraying or believed, and then enters into office and changes his tune and allows something that's very contrary. Are you getting into politics? No. You have to, yes, because it's built on God's word. So I want to implore y'all to be zealous for the things of God. I would like for y'all to to really to really dial down and have a godly zeal for the things of God. When the Moabites and the Midianites saw, so these were the two that came to Balak and said, "There's many people. They're gonna lick up the ground with us." When they saw Balaam was unable to invoke a curse over Israel, they tried a new approach. And that's what the government tries. That's what what LGBTQ, Black Lives Matter, this group, that group, they try a new approach at the church, at the children of God. Let's go after their children. Let's go after their minds. What new thing can we come out with? But greater is he that's within me than is in the world. And God has given us the ability. And God implants a love for his things. Be weary of the feminine powers of persuasion. Be weary of these things. Now, the path of Yeshua is a path of love and not of aggression. Yeshua tells us to love our enemies and pray for our persecutors and show kindness to both the wicked and the good. And that's true. I'm not telling you to be a jerk, but we must stand for the things of God. And I'm telling you to have a reverence towards the things of God, a respect towards the things of God, and stand. And stand. Take a javelin in your hand and execute those evil things that are trying to creep in to the body of Christ. Man, what a great Torah portion to start off this week. I'm going to fill it in with the book of Colossians. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, in all wisdom, teaching and admonishing one another in psalms and in spiritual songs. That's not where I wanted to go, but do that. Hallelujah. I believe it's towards the end of actually it's chapter 4. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, towards people that are outside, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that they may know how you ought to answer every man. And so people are always watching. Be zealous for the things of God, but walk in wisdom, walk in the love of God, the love of Christ. Display that, but at the same, that's why you have to be wise like a serpent and harmless like a dove. But be zealous, godly zealous for the things of God. He is jealous to have a relationship with us, and he's jealous about his things. The Lord is not willing to share his people with the gods or other nations. He's not willing to share. He's not willing to share in his jealousy. In my jealousy, he stopped this wrath. He was zealous for my jealousy. He was jealous with my jealousy. That it was like Phinehas was like God rising up. Like, what? God is not jealous like petty, jealous person whose jealousy rises up of insecurity and fear. God is jealous in the sense that a loving husband is jealous over his wife. If your spouse told you, I don't care if you see other people, it doesn't bother me, you would be alarmed that he or she has no longer holds your wedding vows as sacrosanct. It should bother you that your spouse had such a little affection for you that infidelity was not even an issue. It would be clear and certain sign that your spouse cared little for you or for your relationship. God's jealousy is over us in an indication of his love for us. The Hebrew word jealousy, kana, is translated as zeal or zeal. The term jealous God can be translated as a zealous God or even impassioned God. God is passionately in love with his people. He is like a steadfast and faithful husband who does not waver in his affection or commitment to his bride. Because of that, he will not tolerate the worship of other gods, nor will he allow the worship of idols. He feels the same way about idolatry, paganism, that the faithful husband would feel about his wife having an affair. Hallelujah. A couple of other things we'll get into this week, but that's our start. That's our start for this week in this Torah portion. Support the ministry. $3 John 1 5. Subscribe to the channel. Later on this week, we'll be broadcasting from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We'll be going out to a conference there. What no eye has seen. Jonathan Shuttlesworth, great man of God, friend of ours. We like to hang out with people that are doing stuff. I mean, big stuff. And there'll be impartation. Great men of God, Pastor Rodney Howard Brown, speaking last night. Will be speaking this morning and speaking tonight. You can catch it on the YouTubes, on the Facebook, and on the Twitter. I don't know who's speaking tomorrow night or Wednesday. There's many people coming in from around the globe. So we are very excited to go spend some time up there, a time of impartation. And when we come back, it is to put our feet on the ground and run. I mean, we've been running, but we're going to run some more. Man, family, we love you. Got zeal? Do you have a godly zeal? A jealousy for the things of God? Don't allow the enemy. Don't allow the enemy to come into the camp with junk, into your homes, into your marriages, with pornography and drugs and alcohol and every other thing that would defile the camp and set your mind away from the things of God. Set those things on the things above where Christ is seated in heavenly places. Family, we love you in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ. Shalom, shalom.